Mr. Speaker. It's possible I'm the only father in the building who has watched his daughter participate in high school sports against a trans woman. And I wanted to share my perspective. When I saw my daughter get onto the court and knew it was happening, I understood in my fatherly gut an unfairness from it. Her opponent was bigger and stronger, but the match went on, and as it did, I thought about a few things. It's not fair that some children get two parents and some don't. It's not fair that some kids have to learn 4 days a week and others only get to eat twice a day. It's not fair that some students are priced out of college because tuition climbs faster than the minimum wage. It's not fair that some of us have to leave medication at the pharmacy because we can't afford the copay. It's not fair that I'm too short to play in the NBA and too tall for NASA. It's not fair that I can afford private lessons for my daughter and a new racket every once in a while, and many of her opponents do not enjoy the same luxuries. What keeps me up at night as my daughter's father is her safety with others, with teachers, coaches, doctors, and friends. But what wakes me up in the morning is a desire to enact policies that help Missourians put food on their tables and feed our collective endeavors. The business that comes before this deliberative body is not child's play, or at least it shouldn't be child's play. And yet even debating the governor's tax hike has taken a back seat to this government overreach. For each sport, we allow private nonprofits to set rules and decide what is fair. We let them to allow or ban helmets or casts. We let them set rules about what teams can practice and when they can't, and when students can play and when they can't, and when you're too old for freshman football or too young to throw 100 pitches. From where I stand here in the party of small government, I don't see why this should be any different. It's not fair that any child needs to get permission from the long arm of the state in order to play. I reread MSHA's mission statement last night, and nowhere does it say its mission is to find the fastest, strongest, or most skilled athlete. It talks about community and citizenship and the same benefits of sports we identified last year when we voted to give homeschooled children full athletic opportunities despite concerns about collective fairness. So yeah, I watched my daughter play against a trans woman who was stronger and bigger than she was, and yet when the match ended, their smiles were equally large. Their fist bumps were equally genuine. And that night we went out for ice cream, and the next day she went off to school and I went off to work, and life went on with all of its glory and unfairness. Certainly life is full of fifth downs and Don Dinkingers and a never-ending kaleidoscope of unfair things that can be remedied without generating other unfairness, but not here. It's not fair to deny a kid an opportunity to play, and it's also not fair to let them play. And it's also unfair to assume that we're the right people to decide. But if you ever have me pick between my own daughter getting yet another medal that won't even make it into the van when she moves off to college, and somebody else's daughter finding a place where she can smile and fist bump and feel like she belongs, a feeling that lasts a lifetime, I know what I'll choose, and I'll be voting no today. Thank you.
Further discussion, gentlemen from Butler County.
Speak on the bill.
Proceed, gentlemen.
At 1607 in my portion of the bill, it's really a common sense bill. Common sense. Some people in it building don't have common sense. But can you imagine? I got three daughters, 5 grandkids, and 6 great grandkids. I do not want a boy in the locker room with my grandkid. That is just terrible. I can't imagine what common sense went to. And to have a men play women's sport, and we saw a report where a man spiked a volleyball and into the face of that young lady and done extremely damage to her. It's dangerous when men play women's sport. I am really glad that this side of the deal, that my colleague got common sense, and I believe everyone will vote for that bill, and I would appreciate them vote. Thank you.
Further discussion.